Hey there, welcome to CNT Collectibles. I am C. Hope you're doing well today. And today we're going to do a little personal finance chat, we'll call it, where I see a financial concept in the card world someone has talked about, and maybe it needs a little more explanation, or he doesn't need it, but maybe I've got a few thoughts to add. Let's go with that. And so the great curator put out a video the other day on dollar cost averaging and how it is good for cards. And I think there's a little bit more to be said on this one as well. He did. It's a good video. It's a great concept. I'm glad he touched on it. But seeing in the comments, a couple things kind of struck me. One, a number of people were like, "Oh, thank you for sharing. This is the greatest thing ever." It's like, how the hell do you not know this? And so, financial education in this country is lacking, I suppose. So, good on him for bringing it up. But also, I think there's a couple things where, this isn't the way that it's in practice. In theory, absolutely. In practice, maybe it doesn't work the best. And so here's a unrequested response to that video. Yeah, it's not really a response. It's an addition. He does a great job. So dollar cost averaging. All right. So what this is essentially is taking a fixed amount of money and putting it into a financial investment on a regular period, basically. So the easiest way to think of this is your company retirement plan, whether it's a stock purchase or 401k, something like that. So if you have a paycheck of $1,000 and you defer, saving 10% of that money, $100 out of every paycheck goes into your, let's just call it 401k. It's the one that I think most people are familiar with. Okay, $100 goes into your 401k, and that $100 buys shares of, usually it's a mutual fund or an exchange traded fund or something like that. You've got some bigger companies out there, Microsoft, United Health, things of that size, where they've got stock purchase plans for people where they can buy shares of the company stock for a discount. And, again, it's a set amount. And so the way that this works, all right, let's say the stock or the mutual fund that you're buying costs you $100 and you're putting in $100 from your deferral, you're buying one share of that stock. Okay, let's say stock A over the next couple of weeks goes to $200 and you're putting in $100. You're buying half a share of that stock. Conversely, over the next couple of weeks, it drops down to $10. All right, your $100 will now buy you 10 shares of that stock. And so this is it's a good cost control. It kind of takes emotion out of things. When the price goes down, you buy more of it. When the price goes up, you buy less of it. And I think that works especially in consistent like retirement savings type plans. In sports cards, it kind of works, right? Let's say you were buying raw sapphires of players, and the price is at $50. You buy a couple of them. The price goes up to $100. You buy one of them. Here's the problem with this. What if it goes to $200? You only have $100. You can't buy half a card. There are plans out there that will let you do fractional shares, but typically not for low dollar cards. And you'll never become a complete owner for the most part, unless you can buy out all of the other shareholders. And so, I think for what most people do, dollar cost averaging doesn't really work. No one's really doing a set amount on a month and saying, I got to spend this amount and find the cards to buy that fit in that mold. So in theory, it makes some sense. Your $100 will buy more when prices are down, and your $100 will buy less when prices go up. But let's say you're 10% deferral, and you want to buy a Mike Trout card, PSA 9 or something that goes for $1,000. You'll never own it if you dollar cost average, unless someone lets you pay $100 a month. And as the price fluctuates, you buy more or less of that card. And so, what'll typically happen is you'll save for 10 months if that's your budget. You buy the card at $1,000 then if it's still that price. You're no longer dollar cost averaging. You're just going all in. So out of necessity, it's not good or bad. It's just what you do. It's prudent. And so dollar cost averaging, again, setting aside a set amount on a monthly basis to buy cards. Again, in theory, you can see that it works, especially works when you can deal with stocks, mutual funds that have fractional shares. So your $100 will buy, if you want to buy Google, sitting at $2,700 and you got $100 to go into it. You're not going to save for 2.5 years and buy a share of Google. You're going to start buying fractional shares of that company. So any mutual fund that you have will probably have Google and Apple and Chevron and all that kind of good stuff. So you're getting shares of these companies, but you're not getting the whole share. You're getting a fractional share. It works really well in the 401k world. You buy some, and again, as those prices fluctuate, then you're buying more or less. But again, when it comes to cards, you're not buying fractional shares. It doesn't really work. And again, $100, you want a $1,000 card, you're going to save for 10 months. This is what people should be doing. I think that's the way that it works, what people are already kind of doing. So you want that expensive card. You have your budget. you save until that budget matches. Maybe you don't buy anything for a couple months, but then you can get that higher end card, and then then you've got it. And so you're not averaging into it. You're just buying the whole thing here. So I think that's probably more the way it goes. So anybody that's seeing the dollar cost averaging, it's like, okay, yes, put that in real world. For this world, it's not. This is the only piece of financial advice I'll give is save first and then use your card money. So you've got your budget, save your budget, over time, and if it fits in the budget in 1 month, great. If it takes you a couple months, great. Stay within that budget though, and so some discipline is to be expected. So that's what I have. I think again, I think it's an excellent concept. It's something that we all use for the most part. But there's a little bit more to it. I don't think it applies to cards as well as some people may want it to. So all right, that's what I got for you. I hope everybody has a great rest of the day. Thanks for bringing up the topic. I think that's an important one, and people should be at least more aware of it than they already are. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Bye.